there are certain things that you're doing on a regular basis which is actually damaging your hair. And so your first priority should be to stop messing up your hair. So I'll quickly go over what these things are, starting off with heat. Too much heat can damage your hair follicles and cause it to break. So you want to avoid things like blow drying your hair too often, wearing helmets or hats for a long time, showering with hot water, and too much direct sun exposure. Next on our list is showering with tap water. Tap water contains minerals like calcium and magnesium, which will damage your hair. So you can use bottled water for your hair, or you can use a shower filter, which is a much cheaper option. Now, when you're using a shampoo, there are two things to keep in mind. First, use a shampoo that doesn't contain parabens or sulfates, because that shit is gonna destroy your hair. Second, when you're using a shampoo, always use a conditioner, because shampoo will strip away the natural moisture in your hair, and this can cause your hair to become dry, leading to breakage. So use a conditioner to restore some of that moisture back. If you're someone who smokes a lot, then stop smoking. Smoking will damage your blood vessels, and it will also mess up your hormones. Or in simple words, you're gonna lose a lot of hair if you smoke often. And the final thing that I want to talk about is stress. Stress causes our bodies to produce cortisol, and too much cortisol can mess up the normal cycle of hair growth, which leads to hair fall. So if you're stressed out a lot, try meditation or breathing exercises. Also, get good quality sleep at night. That's very important. Okay, now that we've covered some important things that you shouldn't do, let's talk about some things that you should do to stop hair loss and regrow your hair. And do keep in mind that this is for male pattern baldness, which is probably what you have. There are other forms of hair loss as well, which requires different treatments. But in saying that, if you do the things that are mentioned in this video, and if you stop doing the things that I told you, it will make some difference regardless of what type of hair loss you have. Okay, so the best place to start is with your diet. Your diet should include proteins, iron, zinc, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamins like A, B, and C. Now, regarding what exactly you should eat, you want to include red meat, fish, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, nuts, eggs, tomatoes, leafy vegetables, and fruits. You can take a screenshot of this if you want to, because these are the foods that you want to eat. Scalp massages or head massages are a great way to increase the blood flow to your head and your hair follicles. This is very important because without proper blood flow, your hair follicles will not get enough nutrients and oxygen to remain healthy. That's why it's a good idea to give yourself a 10 to 20 minute scalp massage every day with a wooden comb. If you use a plastic comb, it will create static electricity and damage your hair. Okay, now it's time to talk about medicines and treatments, and we'll start with minoxidil. So minoxidil can be applied topically as a solution, or you can take it as a pill. Taking minoxidil pills is shown to be more effective, but it's not an approved medication for hair loss, even though it works. So if you're taking the pills, you must consult a doctor. So what exactly does minoxidil do? Minoxidil will extend the growth phase of your hair follicles. This will make your hair grow thicker and fuller. But here's the thing, you must use minoxidil every day to see results. If you're using the topical solution, then you need to apply 1 ml of minoxidil on your scalp every morning and evening. If you're planning to take a pill, then it's 1 pill every day. And regarding the dosage of the pill, it's better to consult your doctor because there are different factors that determine the dosage. And also, do keep in mind that if you're using the topical form of minoxidil, it can cause hair loss for the initial few months, and then it starts to get better. So don't worry if you start to see your hair shedding. Minoxidil is also something that you need to use long term, because if you stop using it, you will slowly lose the benefits. Next up is finasteride, which is a pill that you need to take every day. Finasteride works by blocking the enzyme 5-alpha reductase, which prevents the conversion of testosterone to DHT. And DHT binds to your hair follicles and prevents it from growing, which leads to hair thinning. Many people have not only stopped hair loss, but they've also experienced hair regrowth using finasteride. but you need to use this for at least 2 years to see the maximum benefits. And also, people worry about the side effects of using finasteride, and while it does exist, it's very uncommon. There's a 5% chance that it's gonna happen to you. So that's a risk you might have to take. So the prescribed dosage for finasteride is 1 mg every day, but you can also try a lower dosage, or you can take 1 mg finasteride every other day. This will offset some of the side effects and make it safer, but it will also reduce the effectiveness of the medicine. Now, with finasteride, once again, you must consult a doctor before getting it and using it. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about is derma rolling or microneedling. This is a little different to the other two. So this is basically a procedure in which you puncture your scalp with tiny needles. And the idea is that these tiny injuries stimulate blood flow to the affected area and brings in more nutrients and resources to heal those wounds. And when there's this increase in nutrients in that area, it will stimulate new hair follicles. But with that being said, if you're doing microneedling at home, here are a few things to remember. Use a derma roller or a derma pen, which is a better option, that has a length of 0.5 mm. Ensure that it is clean and disinfected before and after using it. Ensure that your scalp and your head is also clean. Then use the device and start pressing against your scalp and on the top of your forehead. Even if you're using a roller, don't roll, but try to stamp or press against your skin. You know you've done enough when your skin becomes red or you have a tiny bit of bleeding. At that point, stop and don't do it for a week. That's right, you will only do microneedling once a week. Doing too much can cause scarring, which will only make things worse. Now, unless you have severe hair loss, my recommendation is to start with topical minoxidil and microneedling. You can also do scalp massages every day with a wooden comb. So every morning and evening, you're gonna use 1 ml of minoxidil. On the day you want to microneedle, apply minoxidil just once and then microneedle. So if you apply minoxidil in the morning, then you're gonna microneedle in the evening and vice versa. So that's my recommendation, but I will highly encourage you to consult your doctor because you might need more or less depending on your condition. And hey, since we're on the topic of growth and improvement, have you ever wondered if you could do something about your height? Well, I've got some tips for you. I want you to watch this video next, which will give you the real way to grow taller and maximize your height. Thanks a lot for watching.